Hold it down, males, nigga. Hold it down, males, nigga. Gotta hold it down. I gotta hold it down. Man, you better not let nobody foul you out. Man, you better not let nobody crash you out. Hold it down. I gotta hold it down. Man, you better not let nobody crash you out. Man, you better not let nobody foul you out.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. We here with another Hold It Down show. Don't foul out, don't crash out. The topic of the day is, why is Target closing? Let's get into this. Target blames organized crime for closing doors on 9 stores. But we was warned about this. Hold on. 4 years ago, Target closing location underperforming in black neighborhoods in Chicago. 4 years ago. 3 years ago, Target closing stores. But we're going to go to this one first before I dip into my conspiracy theorist homies. Well, what's that?
Repeatedly highlighted the growing problems of organized in-store theft. Added that crime levels were also making the stores unviable. The stores shutting their doors on October 21st include Target's East Harlem, New York outlet, 2 stores in Seattle, 3 in Portland, and 3 more in San Francisco and Oakland.
My bad.
The latter area is especially impacted by a spate of shoplifting.
Oh, my bad, Quavo, man. This is what defending the police get you. Defunding. Right. You right. My bad. I ain't see your, man. I'll be forgetting about that over there. Yep. And guess where they hitting first? Guess where? The urban cities. Who live in the urban city? Mostly black people. See, where I'm from, Frisch is already up out of here. They up out of the, it's over. And it's only happening in urban cities. But my conspiracy homies told us this shit 4 years ago. These stores about to start leaving. And it's, man, let's get back to this.
The decision comes at a time when many retailers are complaining of a shoplifting epidemic across the U.S., highlighting that stores are being targeted not by opportunistic shoplifters but instead by organized criminals. Indeed, Target's announcement Tuesday came on the same day that industry body the National Retail Federation, NRF, released its latest figures on retail theft, and its 200 Oakland store owners closed temporarily to raise their concerns. Dubbed shrink by the industry to describe merchandise that is lost from the supply chain for any reason but largely because of external and internal theft, retailers were down an eye-watering $112.1 billion in 2022, compared with $93.9 billion a year prior. As a result, the NRF said that the average shrink rate had increased to 1.6% from 1.4% the previous year. Target says enough at 9 sites. Explaining the reasons for closing its 9 outlets next month, Target said in a statement, "We cannot continue operating these stores because theft and organized retail crime are threatening the safety of our team and guests, and contributing to unsustainable business performance. We know that our stores serve an important role in their communities, but we can only be successful if the working and shopping environment is safe for all." Target said that before deciding to close the stores, it had introduced more security measures after previously warning that it expected to lose $500 million in 2023 from theft, while it pledged to continue to keep the rest of its 150 stores in the markets where it is.
Hold on, man. Did you just hear what the hell they just said, man? Quavo before Quavo. Did you just hear what they... And the people listen to the back play. They expected to lose $500 million in 2023 for theft. That's what they're expecting. Then people gonna go to Kroger's next. Then people gonna go to Family Dollars next. They all slowly gonna be leaving the urban cities.
Closing outlets safe and operational. Our team continues to face an unacceptable amount of retail theft and organized retail crime, Target CEO Brian Cornell had said during the company's most recent earnings call in August of this year. Unfortunately, safety incidents associated with theft are moving in the wrong direction. During the first 5 months of this year, our stores saw a 120% increase in theft incidents involving violence or threats of violence. To tackle in-store crime, Target is also partnering with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and has been using technology to analyze organized crime activity, it said. NRF raises industry concerns. Highlighting mounting concerns from its members, the NRF said that retailers are increasingly concerned about a rise in dangerous and violent crimes, as with the recent cases in California, and are choosing to close up shop in locations deemed too risky. A host of retailers have shut down stores in troubled San Francisco recently among a city-wide crime wave and widespread drug issues blighting its retail center, and on the same day Target made its announcement, approximately 200 Oakland, California. Business owners demonstrated after closing their stores for 2 hours to highlight rising crime issues. One factor cited for the rise in organized retail crime is reform of the criminal justice laws, designed to reduce custodial sentences. That appears to have backfired on retailers, as the recent spate of brazen shoplifting events clearly shows.
Man, look. Man, look. Y'all keep, look. Then I'm going to go to my conspiracy theorists. They was talking about this 4 years ago. Damn, mine don't start.
Target is closing stores. Let's have a look. Hello, everyone.
It's
Florian
3
Heiser
years
here, and
ago.
welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. I had my stein of coffee. I thought we'd have a look at this article from news.com.au by Alexis Carey.
Hold on. We're going to go there. We're going to go there. Let nobody crash you out. News, come. News.com. Always trying to get some money out of some damn bot. Where the research at, where I can go. Hold on. Damn. Hold on. Finance, business, retail. All right. Target recalls popular kitchen item. Nope. Excuse me. And I mean, I gotta go all the way back to 2020. Why does it say business? Huge change to 700. Hold it down, males, nigga. Hold it down, males, nigga. Oh, okay. There it is. The hell Trump going on? Yep, Quavo before Quavo. Defund the police. And in California, they charging they giving out fines for stores if they even attempt to stop some theft. They're gonna fine them $20,000. Target closing in East Harlem store, blaming theft. Uptown Target store closing in May. Look, 100 man. Oh, this in Australia. So they was already doing this in Australia.
Yes to fresh with Mentos gum.
Plus, it comes in a durable paperboard bottle that can weather pretty much anything. I had to throw it at a polar bear last week.
So that corona virus done hurt a lot of these stores. Okay, here it is. It's in Australia. Damn.
Target is closing 9 stores in the U.S. It's pretty popular. It's just because of crime they're having to do this. Today, the company announced that it's closing 1 store in New York City, 2 in Seattle, and 3 each in Portland, Oregon, and San Francisco Bay Area. Target says theft and organized retail crime at the stores is threatening the safety of its employees, customers, and, quote, contributing to unsuitable business performance. 9 stores will close effective October 21st.
October 21st. Who else next? Kroger's, King's. It's almost like all the retail stores is like, psh, we out. See what he got to say about it. The Black Conspiracy Theorist. Let's subscribe to him. Yep.
There's no consequences for their actions. And again, this is all happening because you have some of these Democrat mayors and governors and people in I would say some of these even prosecutors and stuff that are liberal, and they look at it as, oh, well, this isn't a serious crime and this is racism, and we don't want to put people in jail. No, you have to put people in jail. And the reason why I say that is because the people doing these crimes, they know that there's no consequences. It's almost like a person that likes to sit up in, well, not even a person, but it's almost like a child. If a child, you allow a child to keep on, throwing their football in the yard when they're supposed to come in and, do chores or whatever, they're going to keep on throwing the football in the yard. Like, again, parents are there to set boundaries. And right now, there's no boundaries in place. I mean, if people speak out and say something, they're considered a racist. They're considered people that don't like black people or Hispanic people. And, it's just a big mess. And so a lot of these liberal policies, a lot of this, hands-off policing and the defund the police movement, it's backfiring. I mean, it's crazy that
and us black conservatives was trying to warn our own damn people, like, look, they gonna be moving all the retail stores out of the black community, and all these illegals starting to come over too. They gonna catch on to the same shit. And what they doing is they gonna starve the black community out to submission. And a lot of y'all don't give a shit because y'all more worrying about, oh, we can't let Trump get in. Well, you see what Joe Biden is in. Only thing they're going to say is it's racism. Not the thefts, not the fines. If you, the employers will get fined with the 20,000. Matter of fact, after this, I'm going to go to it. No, I'm going to look for it right now. California passed a law. A bill to confront Hold on. Bills to stop employees confronting shoplifters passed by California Senate. Let's take a look at what they talking about.
Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Attention sleepers, it's officially cozy season. Snuggle up to savings on select Casper mattresses and more during our fall asleep sale. Save up to $600 on select mattresses, like the Wave Hybrid Snow, with advanced ergonomic support and cooling technology, or the original Hybrid with its best-selling balance of comfy springs and foam. Plus, get up to 25% off adjustables, furniture, and bundles that might just be cozier than your favorite socks. Don't snooze. This sale will be gone before you know it. Visit Casper.com or a store near you today. Exclusions apply. See Casper.com/promo.
Bill to stop employees confronting shoplifters passed by California Senate by Chloe Meyer. Lawmakers in California are hoping to push through controversial legislation that would ban retail staff from stopping thieves stealing from their stores. Senate Bill 553, which was submitted by State Senator Dave Cortese, has been passed by the State Senate and will now progress to policy committees in the State Assembly. Cortese hopes the proposed law will prevent workplace violence and protect staff from being forced by their employers to step in during robberies. But some store bosses are furious about the plans, with the California Retailers Association mocking the move as an open invitation for thieves to come in and steal. The political wrangling in California comes just weeks after Home Depot security guard Blake Mose, 26, was shot to death during an attempted robbery in Pleasanton, California. Other cities in the state are also facing their own problems as they attempt to deal with lawlessness. San Francisco has been gripped by a crime wave that has seen Whole Foods close its downtown location after just a year of business, with bosses saying they were unable to ensure the safety of their staff in the city. Nordstrom followed suit by leaving the city this month, but many smaller businesses have had no choice but to remain, despite attacks on their premises. The proposed new laws come as stores have blamed shoplifting for hitting their businesses, with Target issuing a statement in November blaming organized retail crime for an eye-watering $400 million loss in its profits in 2022. Cortese, a Democrat representing much of Santa Clara County in the heart of Silicon Valley, told Newsweek, SB 553 is focused on protecting employees. The bill does not prohibit employees from stopping theft. It does prevent employers from asking non-security personnel to confront a person involved in criminal activity. We don't want rank-and-file employees to be forced to place themselves in harm's way. During an interview with Fox 2/KTVU, he said, more recently, we've seen another spike in retail violence. At Safeway's, Home Depot's, it just seems to be happening every other day. What we're saying in the bill is it's not okay for employers to take a rank-and-file worker, somebody whose job is really something else, and say, hey, if there's an intruder, we're going to deputize you to intervene. People get hurt and often killed that way. A statement issued by Cortese's office noted that assaults in stores rose during the pandemic, citing 2022 analysis by the New York Times, which found that assaults in grocery stores increased by 63% from 2018 to 2020, and assaults in convenience stores grew by 75%.
Damn.
The statement added that workplace violence is the second leading cause of fatal occupational
You hear that
injuries.
shit? Hold
The
on.
Occupational Safety and Health Administration,
Hold the
OSHA,
hell on. Man, it said, hold on. The statement added that workplace violence is the second leading cause of fatal. The second.
estimates that workplace violence affects nearly 2 million workers each year, with female staff suffering from higher rates of non-fatal injuries than their male counterparts. A retail security survey published in 2022 by the National Retail Federal, NRF, also suggested the issue may be getting worse. The annual survey of the retail industry's loss prevention professionals found that retail shrink is an almost $100 billion problem. According to the survey, retailers blamed external theft for the greatest portion of shrink at 37%, while 28.5% was deemed to be the result of employee/internal theft. The difference was made up by various factors, including processing and control failures. The survey found that 37.9% of respondents replied that no associates were allowed to apprehend shoplifters in their organizations. The California bill, if enacted in law, would require employers to provide active shooter training to workers, keep a log of any violent incidents, and allow companies to apply for workplace violence restraining orders. SB 553 is not targeted at, and does not affect, trained security guards. In fact, The bill highlights the need for dedicated safety personnel, but Rachel Michelin, president of the California Retailers Association, told Fox 2/KTVU, "This bill goes way too far, number one, where I think it will open the doors even wider for people to come in and steal from our stores."
Facts.
And she added that most stores already prevent ordinary workers from confronting shoplifters, saying that most hire employees specifically trained in theft prevention for that purpose. The bill says no employee can approach someone who's shoplifting, so even if someone is trained on how to deter someone from doing that, now they're not allowed to approach someone. So what does that mean? We are opening up the doors to allow people to just walk into stores, steal, and walk out. Newsweek has reached out to the California Retailers Association for further information and comment. Several large retailers, including Target and Walmart, have also been approached for comment about the proposed law. The bill is currently subject to adjustments as it progresses through the state assembly's policy committees. Update June 6, 2023, 6:04 a.m. ET. This article was updated to include additional comments by State Senator Dave Cortese. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here. T-Mobile Home Internet Lite is almost...
See that? Man, I'm really not real concerned about Target. It's more of the food retail stores I'm more worried about, and the hygiene. Y'all keep thinking it's some bullshit.
Images of, it's almost like flash mobs that, you know how you see a flash mob and they're singing, how they used to have flash mobs that would go to certain locations and sing songs. You're almost seeing flash mobs of, young people going to stores and groups and just stealing stuff and running out. It's insane to me. And a lot of these stores that were all a part of the Black Lives Matter movement and
Thanks.
We've got to end racism and all this other stuff. Now they're seeing that this is a huge problem. And I think Target right now, they're thinking about closing one of the stores in Harlem. I've even seen images of people stealing in San Francisco, Chicago. It's all across the country. I mean, even I think one store I saw where they're putting some of the items behind plexiglass so people stop stealing. I think it was in San Francisco or something like that, but they were doing a story. And
you know what that means? You're going to have a chip in your hand just to get it, just to access to it. Because you can have pencil glass, but you can still open it because Dollar General got the same thing too. People still going to steal it. Who's going to push in the chip? The thieves. Because these high-end stores are already getting taken up top anyway. But y'all did say defund the police.
And one of the ladies from CNN went in the store and somebody stole in front of that person.
Dang.
I mean, right on camera. I mean, these folks are so brazen. Some of them, these people aren't even using masks. They're just going in the store, just like me and you would walk in the store, and they're stealing. They don't care if there's a camera or anything because, again, they know that a lot of these Democrats and these mayors are soft on crime.
Yep.
They wouldn't be doing this if you had, let's just say, a Giuliani type of mayor running New York City, or you had a mayor that was.
Stop SB 553 protest to protect small business owners. Man. A lot of these companies gonna fall, or they gonna leave the urban city, or they're gonna be forced to sell their stuff on the internet. Damn, they ain't got. They should have had an AI. I don't feel like reading all this. What? California Senate gets second chance to pass prison slavery bill. Man, this shit crazy, man. Man, y'all could go on the Observer, man. Y'all look this up. I'm about to look up the Kroger's. Hold on, let me finish it. It's crazy. Shit. Far left city. That was hot. Let nobody foul you out. Man, you better not let nobody crash you out. Oh, let's go to the. Can't blame them there. It still ain't stopped. Damn.
Upped its investments in cyber defense and partnered with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security division focused on combating retail theft. It has also invested in locking cases for products that are prone to theft, the company said. Despite our efforts, unfortunately, we continue to face fundamental challenges to operating these stores safely and successfully, Target's statement said. Earlier this year, Target executives said they expected inventory shrink, the industry term for lost or stolen inventory, to reduce the company's profitability by more than $500 million compared to last year, according to the Star Tribune newspaper. Last month, Target's CEO, Brian Cornell, reported that the company's stores saw a 120% increase in thefts involving violence or threats of violence during the first 5 months of the year, the paper reported. Target continues to face an unacceptable amount of retail theft and organized retail crime, Cornell said, according to the Star Tribune. Target is not the first major retailer to announce that it is closing stores in far-left cities where crime has been on the rise. In 2021, Walgreens cited organized and rampant theft as one reason why it was closing stores in San Francisco. Whole Foods shuttered its downtown San Francisco store in April, a year after opening, due to deteriorating street conditions. In May, Nordstrom announced it was closing both of its San Francisco stores because crime has made it difficult to do business in the city. In June, the owners of the Westfield Mall in downtown San Francisco announced they had stopped making payments on the property and were pulling out of the troubled city. A recent National Review analysis of emergency management data found that over just the last 3 years, authorities have been called to the mall more than 5,000 times for a variety of reasons, from shoplifting and purse snatchings to reports of assaults, people with knives and guns, mentally disturbed people in crisis, and indecent exposure. In April, outdoor fitness retailer REI announced it was closing its last Portland store, citing increased crime in our neighborhood and beyond and the safety of employees and customers. That followed an announcement in November by Rain PDX, a Portland-based clothing shop, that it was closing its store due to the constant and unrelenting criminal behavior coupled with escalating safety issues for our employees. In a note posted on a store window, the owners wrote that the shop had been broken into 15 times in less than 2 years. Our city is in peril, the shop wrote. Small businesses, and large, cannot sustain doing business in our city's current state. We have no protection or recourse against the criminal behavior that goes unpunished. Do not be fooled into thinking that insurance companies cover losses. Send a tip to the news team at NR.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You use.
It's tough on crime. They're doing this because they know they can get away with it. So, again, these are the liberal policies that are destroying the country. In California, it's a mess. I've seen this. The images are horrible. I can keep on going on and on, but the only way to stop this is you're going to have to start hiring police, maybe have a retail theft task force, and, like I said, arrest people and give them long sentences. If somebody steals, maybe a 10, 20-year sentence to some of these folks. And, the message will get around on the streets that, this isn't a place to steal. But if you're just going to make this a misdemeanor, well, people are going to sit up and say, oh, well, yeah, I can do X, Y, and Z because nothing's going to happen. And if something does, then, some of these folks are probably back out on the streets in probably less than 24 hours. It's a shame. I've seen so many weak prosecutors and stuff nowadays. It's horrible. And it's only going to get worse. If you keep allowing this problem to happen, it's only going to get worse. And, that's where we're at right now. So it's funny that the liberal media is reporting this like this is a problem that just happened, overnight. It's been going on. I've even seen the Gateway Pundit and some of the, more right-leaning websites talk about this stuff for years. And, we're to a point even in the media where things are like the mainstream media or liberal media, they catch on to stuff 4 years late. I mean, it's sort of sad, but that's why I don't watch CNN and MSNBC like I used to because they're just so behind on stuff. And again, things are so bad that people are saying, well, wait a minute, Trump is correct. Maybe we do need to get tough on crime. But like I said, when Trump was saying it and Republicans were saying it, and, some people, white folks were saying it, oh, it's racist and this and that. And I'm so happy that people are waking up. Sometimes it takes, things to happen, extreme things to happen to folks in neighborhoods and communities for people to wake up. And I think that, the whole, oh, well, everything is racism and this and that. I think people are getting tired of that argument. It's
basically
a lot of these folks, like I said, some of these people don't have parents at home. They have no guidance. And, look at the results of what's happening. So until towns crack down on this problem, and it's a major problem. I think I was reading one of the dollar amounts was I I think they said retail theft in America stores have lost $112 billion. I'm not sure. I read something, to that, in that ballpark. And again, a number like that doesn't get the attention of America, then I don't know what will. And it's insane. I mean, we can't close our borders. We can't, stop retail theft. But you notice we can't stop retail theft or close our borders, but we can put, people on the moon. We can,
Right.
design fancy spaceships, but it seems like, we can't solve simple things. And I don't think it's a thing of that Americans can't solve these problems. It's that they don't want to. Like I said, Democrats see all of these people as potential voters. So it's almost, I don't mean to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's in the plans. Keep the borders open.
Sorry, buddy, you already is.
Stealing.
Don't be ashamed
prosecute,
of it.
people for doing crimes. These Democrats are so desperate to beat Trump, they'll do anything. They'll do anything to keep the minority voters. They'll put up with this mess just so Joe Biden will win the election. And the sad part about it is because they're so ruthless about winning the next election, they're destroying America in the process. I mean, America right now is at a breaking point. And it's to the point where I was looking at something where they were saying more minority voters that normally vote for Democrats are now switching over and thinking about voting for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is so ahead in the polls right now on the Republican side that, the folks they have there basically, people paid, by these organizations to attack him. I mean, I've seen some of the other candidates that are up on stage. I think there's a debate tonight because it's Wednesday, the September 27th. I think there's a debate tonight. And, Donald Trump's far ahead in the polls. They keep on trying to tell him, well, why don't you come to one of the debates? Why would he? I mean, it'd be a waste of time. He did a smart thing by going on to Tucker and, just avoiding the whole thing. But the candidates they have now are basically, some of these folks don't have a chance in hell to win. They, these organizations pay them to just be Donald Trump attack dogs. I mean, some of these people attacking Trump are in are in the single digits as far as, people wanting to vote for them. And they just have them out there to, sling mud. And so Donald Trump's doing this smart thing. To be honest, if I were him, I wouldn't even attend any of the debates because, they think he's stupid enough to attend, so they can just attack him all day. And, it's smart. He's ahead in the polls. He doesn't have to show up. He would do better, going on somebody's podcast than engaging in a debate, especially on a network that doesn't even do, good ratings. I mean, I think Fox or something like that, I think they did the first debate and, they were all salty that his Twitter video with Tucker, had more views than I think the whole debate they had on Fox. So he's using a smart strategy. He's not setting himself up to be a crash test dummy, as I like to say. And so I think it was smart. But these Democrats are desperate. I mean, even though they know that all of these, policies about being, defunding the police, being weak on crime, they know these policies are going to hurt America. Again, some of these are politicians that have been in the game for 50 years. They know that these policies don't work, but again, they'll do anything to win an election. And if it means crime in America, open borders, people sleeping on the streets, being homeless, they don't care. They're that desperate to beat Donald Trump. And again, they don't like someone like Donald Trump because Donald Trump is raw. He goes out there, he speaks his mind, and he doesn't want to keep these systems and organizations going. I mean, if you look at some of these wars and stuff that the Democrats want to get into, and mind you, the Democrats used to be anti-war, but now all of a sudden, because some of them are invested in, I guess, Raytheon and some of these other companies, it's just like, oh, well, we have to keep on giving money to the Ukraine and, we can't let Russia win and all this other stuff. And, like I said, we'll spend more on the Ukraine-Russia war. I mean, the Ukraine and Russia, situation, war, whatever you want to call it. We'll take all of our resources as Americans on that. But mind you, we have an open border, in America. It's amazing that we spend more time worried about their border in the Ukraine, but we don't spend any time worried about our border. And so, again, it's all planned. The funny thing is when I hear people say, oh, well, Joe Biden doesn't know, or the Democrats are clueless. No, they know. They get intelligence. They get photos and drone pictures and stuff like that, but they choose to do nothing. And so, again, they're just desperate in this election. They're going to do anything to beat Trump. I mean, they're coming up with, I think this recent situation, they got him for fraud and all this other stuff. And, they get these liberal judges to come on and, make up stuff and tell lies. And isn't it funny that before he was president, all of these Democrats loved Donald Trump. They were going to his parties. They were going to Mar-a-Lago. They were, going to his golf courses and clubs and stuff like that.
Yep.
And they had no problem with the guy. But it's like all of a sudden he's up in the polls. Let's just come out with, charge him with fraud and say that his businesses aren't, legitimate and things like that. And with this recent thing, I think this fraud situation, isn't it amazing? They do it the basically around the same time as the debate. It's all planned. And so this is going to be the topic of the whole debate. I guarantee you tonight. It's September 27th, 2023. This is going to be the whole topic of, oh, well, you see Trump and, this fraud situation. Well, what do you think about this, Vivek? What do you think about this, Tim Scott? And so they're desperate. They're doing anything to come after Trump and, sort of knock him down a little bit, but it's not working. The people see through this. We have the internet. And so these old school tactics of the mainstream media being able to control the narrative aren't working anymore. I mean, now we're in an age where people can get on Twitter or people can get on their, I hate to say it, Facebook or some of their social media websites and basically put out their side of the story. So these old media tactics that might have worked in the 90s aren't working anymore. And it's just like they keep on seeing the polls. So it's like every time he goes up in the polls, they want to charge him with something or come out with a new allegation. And I think he even made a speech about that. It's like the better he does in the polls, then the more they want to come out with some sort of dirt or imaginary story. And so, again, this effort to bring Trump down, it isn't working. And again, we need somebody like Trump in power to at least bring some law and order back to America. I mean, with Joe Biden in office, you're seeing the images of people stealing from stores, people coming across the border, like it's a free-for-all. And the Democrats know, but they don't care. Anything to beat Donald Trump and win the election, they'll sacrifice, quality of living in America. And, it's sort of sad. I never thought that it would get this bad, but we're almost turning into a third world country. Like we can't look at other places and get on them when we're doing the same thing. So again, like you always hear me say, if you see a problem, make a YouTube video, make a podcast, speak out. We need everybody's voices to expose the truth. And again, follow me on Spotify. Type in Mark Parham Podcast on Spotify, and I should pop up. But thank you, and have a great day.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Who else next? Is it going to be Kroger's? I want to change.
Hold it down.
Why I got purple? Retail flight. It's starting. Well, look. Don't crash out. Don't foul out. And I'm out.
Hold it down, males, nigga. Gotta hold it down. I gotta hold it down. Man, you better not let nobody foul you out. Man, you better not let nobody crash you out. Hold it down. I gotta hold it down. Man, you better not let nobody crash you out. Man, you better not let nobody foul you out.